Before the Law by Franz Kafka. Before the law stands a doorkeeper, and to this doorkeeper there comes a man from the country who prays for admittance to the law. The doorkeeper says that he cannot grant him admittance at the moment. The man thinks it over and then asks if he will be allowed in later. "It is possible," says the doorkeeper, "but not at the moment." Since the gate stands open as usual, and the doorkeeper steps to one side, the man stoops to peer through the gateway into the interior. Observing that, the doorkeeper laughs and says, "If you are so drawn to it, just try to go in, despite my prohibition. But take note, I am powerful, and I am only the least of the doorkeepers. From hall to hall there is one doorkeeper after another, each more powerful than the last. The third doorkeeper is so terrible that even I cannot bear to look upon him." These are difficulties that the man from the country had not expected. The law, he thought, surely should be accessible at all times and to everyone. But now, as he takes a closer look at the doorkeeper in his fur coat, in his big frame, and his long, thin, black Tartar beard, he decides that it's better to wait until he gains permission to enter. The doorkeeper gives him a stool and lets him sit down to one side of the door. And there he sits for days and months and years. The man who has furnished himself with many things for his journey sacrifices all he has, however valuable, to bribe the doorkeeper, but to no avail. During these many years, the man fixes his attention almost continuously on this doorkeeper. He forgets the other doorkeepers, as this one seems to him the sole obstacle preventing access to the law. He curses his bad luck in his early years, loudly and boldly. Later, as he grows old, he only grumbles and mumbles to himself. He becomes childish and senile, and since, in his year-long contemplation of the doorkeeper, he has come to know even the fleas in his collar, he begs the fleas as well to help him change the doorkeeper's mind. At length, his eyesight begins to fail, and he does not know whether the world is really darker or whether his eyes are only deceiving him. Yet in his darkness he is now aware of a radiance that streams from the gateway of the law. Now he has not very long to live, but before he dies, all his experiences in these long years gather themselves in his head to one question he has not yet asked the doorkeeper. He waves him nearer, since he can no longer raise his stiffening body. The doorkeeper bends low towards him, for the difference in height between them has changed very much to the man's disadvantage. "What do you want to know now?" asks the doorkeeper. "You are insatiable." "Everyone strives to gain admittance to the law," says the man. "So how does it happen in all these years that no one but myself has ever begged admittance?" The doorkeeper recognizes that the man has reached his end, and, to let his failing senses catch his words, roars in his ears, "No one else could have been admitted through this door, because this door was intended only for you. I am now going to shut it."